നമ്മൾ ഇന്നലെ പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നു മെർജ് സോർട്ട്, 2-way മെർജ് സോർട്ട് ആയിരുന്നു പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. അത് അതിൻ്റെ മെത്തഡോളജി എങ്ങനെയാണ് അവിടെ ഡിവൈഡ് ആൻഡ് ഹൗ ദാറ്റ് ഡിവൈഡ് ആൻഡ് കോൺകർ സ്ട്രാറ്റജി ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് അപ്ലൈഡ് ഇൻ that sorting method, what is the use of the temporary array there, all this we had seen. Now what remains is to find the time complexity of that sorting. So let us see how that sorting, how such type of divide and conquer algorithms are analyzed. So I think all of you know the algorithm very well. Shall I assume that you all know the algorithm very well? Otherwise, I have to send you some material. So you have to go through. Otherwise, it's not possible to take that portion. Please tell me it's fast because it needs some time. Shall I assume that all of you know, recall that algorithm? Both. Yes. Okay. Now let us analyze that complexity computation. Complexity computation. I use this let Tn. Because I'm not able to write. Let Tn denote the time complexity of the two-way merge sort algorithm. When the array A has n elements. So this is our notation. Tn denote the time complexity of the two-way merge sort algorithm. That is a recursive algorithm. When your array A is having n elements. Therefore, the Tn, how Tn is obtained. If you go through that algorithm, you see that the two-way merge sort algorithm is requiring oh, two-way merge sort algorithm is requiring two other calls to the same algorithm. Two other calls to the same algorithm. And for the easiness of complexity computation, I assume that our value of n is a power of 2. This for easiness. Easiness in this way. I ആണോ ഇതാണ് of computation. We take n to be a power of 2. So look at the previous example, it has 8 elements, is a power of 2. When you divide it, it has again 4 elements. 4 is divided into 2. So if you take n as a power of 2, then after division, you will get perfectly the power of 2 number of elements in both the parts. That is why we will take this as a power of 2. N has to be a power of 2. Therefore, each subpart has n by 2 elements. Now Tn is obtained by total time complexity is obtained by the summation of the time complexity of sorting the first half of A having n by 2 elements and the time complexity. So first you have to take the time complexity because it is again calling the same algorithm with the n by 2 elements, first half. Then there is another half, time complexity of sorting the second half of A having n by 2 elements. So now you have sorted the two halves and then you need to merge and the time complexity. So if you take the summation of all these three, because these are the three statements in the algorithm, in the two-way merge sort algorithm, and the time complexity of merging of the merge algorithm, because it will call the merge algorithm that sorts or that merges the two sorted halves into a single sorted array. So this is a way. So far this part is clear, everyone. So far is clear. So, okay. Now, what you are going to do is, let us look at the what is the complexity of sorting the first half? Can anyone tell? See, look at our notation. Tn is denoting the complexity of the two-way merge sort algorithm when the array A has n elements. So, can you tell me what is the complexity of the first statement, the two-way merge sort algorithm with the n by 2 elements? Tell me, because this is very crucial. Please look at your notation and then tell me what is your notation Tn, and then I'm asking the first statement's complexity, two-way merge sort algorithm, and that has n by 2 elements. ആരെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് പറ അറിയാമെങ്കിൽ, otherwise I need to explain too much. Anyone knows the answer? അറിഞ്ഞിട്ട് പറയാതിരിക്കുന്നതാണെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക്, ബിക്കോസ് ദിസ് ഈസ് എ വെരി ക്രൂഷ്യൽ തിങ്. ഇതാണ് ഇതിനകത്ത് മെയിൻ ആയ രണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഉള്ളത്. അതിൽ ഒരു കാര്യം ഇത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് Tn by 2. It is Tn by 2 because our notation is the complexity of two-way merge sort algorithm. I am calling the same algorithm. Initially, it was with n elements. Since n is a power of 2, if I divided the first part, or the call will contain n by 2 elements. So if it is n by 2 elements with the same algorithm, then it is Tn by 2. Am I right? Am I right? Did you get how is it? Everyone got it. How is it actually obtained that result? It is Tn by 2. So sorting the first half takes the time complexity Tn by 2. Similarly, the second half is also having n by 2 elements. If we want to get it having exactly n by 2 elements, that's why we have taken it with n as a power of 2. So the sorting first n by 2 is having Tn by 2 because it is again calling the same algorithm too. Then the second half is having again complexity Tn by 2. So what remains is to find the complexity of the merge. That's not the same in all the cases. It is having a best case, it is having a worst case. I'll show you the worst case and the best case. See, let us think about a case where we have an array like this. Complexity of sorting the first half, that is Tn by 2. This is why we have studied recurrence equations. Complexity of sorting the second half, that is again Tn by 2. Now, we don't know what is the complexity of merging. Complexity of merge. Now, see, the best case is, look at these arrays. Now look at this sorting, merging. See, when you merge, I was initially pointing to 10 and J is pointing to 60. 10 versus 60, 10 is the largest. So I is incremented to 20, then I is incremented to point to 20, then 20 versus 60, 20 is again placed, 30 versus 60, 30 is placed, 40 versus 60, so 40 is placed, 50 versus 60. Always the first element array or the other element array, ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു element array will always be getting placed as a result of that. This is the case where the minimum number of comparisons, because we are actually counting, since it's a sorting, we are actually counting that number of comparisons as the basic operation. How many comparisons? The basic operation or is array element comparisons. Not ij comparison, ai versus aj comparison or ai versus ak comparison, like that. So always 10 20, the first, in this case first element array get placed. Even if it is a reverse case, no problem, 60 70 80 90 100 here, and 10 20 30 40 are the second part. One element, the elements of the one of the arrays are always getting placed. That's the best case. Then what is the number of comparisons involved? What is the number of comparisons involved? Assume that it has one more element, that is one time. The number of comparisons involved is equal to 5 here. So assume this has m elements and this has n elements. Then the least possible number of comparisons, ഇതിനേക്കാളും least വേറെ ഒരു രക്ഷയില്ല. Minimum these many 5 comparisons are required in this case to merge this one. Is the point clear to everyone? This is another crucial point in this. Is this point clear to you? Okay. Others? What about others? Rishikesh is okay then. What about others? Are you clear with this one? Okay. Then. So what I'm saying is that minimum of m is here 5 and m is 6. M is equal to 5. Minimum of mn comparisons. Minimum of. That is the least number of possibles. Now, can you say what is the worst case of this? I will tell you the worst case. So I have 10 here. 20 here, 30 here, 40 here, 50, 60, 50 here, 60 here, 70 here, 80 here, 90 here, 100 here. Now let me do the reverse. 10 here, 20 here, 30 here, 40 here, 50 here, 60 here, 70 here, 80 here, 90 here, 100 here, 110 here. Please look at this. If you do the merging here, what is going to happen is every element except 110 is compared 2 times, because do the 20 versus 10. So 10 get placed. So 10 and 110. So 10 get placed. Then 20 is compared against with 30. So 20 is compared 2 times. So each element except 10 and or the smallest and the largest element. Each element except the smallest of the two array and the largest of the two array are compared 2 times. So here then let us count the number of comparisons. 20 versus 10. Now 20 versus 30. Now 4, now 40 versus 30. Now 40 versus 50. Now 50 versus 60. Now 60 versus 70. Now 50 versus 60 versus 70. Now 70 versus 80. 80 versus 90. Then 90 versus 100. Then 100 versus 110. These are the, see, look at this. This 10 and this 110. These are compared only once, and all other elements are compared twice. So can you tell me what is the number of comparisons here? Here it is. അവിടെ വന്നിട്ട് ഞാനൊരു ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുക. So let us see how many comparisons are required here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you give me, say if there are m elements in this array and there are n elements in this array, can you give me the exact number of times or the maximum number of times? This is the case when the elements are occurring in alternate. See, the smallest element occurs in alternate parts or occurring alternately. First half very smallest ഇരുന്നാൽ അടുത്ത element smallest അടുത്ത അരയിലാണ്. In that way, if it is there, then there is the worst case occurs. Can you give me that? Anyway, one of the elements of, or one of the elements of one of the arrays are getting placed here. That is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. They are getting placed. So we can say these are actually winning at some point. So here it is winning 20, then 40, then 60, 80, 90. 8, 60, 80, 80, 80, 100. They are winning. So since there are m elements, so there will be m comparisons. These, if you count these m comparisons, there. These are m comparisons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comparisons. Now, how many are still remaining there? Every element, see, in all the comparisons, in every other comparisons, the elements of the other array are placed. The elements of the other array, because if you look at this n element array, see, in this comparison 10 get placed, 30 get placed, then 30 get placed, then 50 get placed, then 70 get placed, then 90 get placed. So that is here, 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 here. And in this case, the first array getting elements. Now, in all other comparisons, what is happening is, see, the elements of the other array are getting placed. And see how many elements are such elements are placed. Every element except the last element, because 110 is placed, see, 110 is placed here only. And in 110, see, the last element is compared with the 100. So the 100 will be getting placed. So this 110 will be placed only if we copy the second array to the merged array. Otherwise, it is not getting placed. Because if you compare this 100 and 110, then 100 is getting placed, then this full array is complete, then this is not complete. Therefore, our sorting strategy, merging strategy is to copy the remaining elements. That is, 110 is getting placed. So every element of the second part except the last element will be placed. So that means here are n minus 1 elements will be placed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are placed as a result of n minus 1 comparison. So how many are involved? M plus n minus 1 comparisons are involved. Please count this. That is 5 plus 6 minus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. M plus n minus 1 comparisons. Now let us look into our case. This is a general case. In our case, m is equal to n by 2 because the first part is having n by 2 elements. The second part is having, in our case, m equal to, so here I'll say instead of n, it is I, j, k, l, m, and say some p, r. Otherwise, it is m plus r minus. This is minimum of mr. So m equal to r equal to n by 2. Otherwise, we have to write m equal to n equal to n by 2. So what is the minimum number of comparisons? So the actual number of comparisons is satisfying the inequality. So it is at most, this is the worst case, that is n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 1. That is equal to n minus 1. And n by 2 plus n by 2 comma n by 2, that's minimum. So always this is like this. Actual number of comparisons, I don't know which will happen. Anyway, it is lying in between these two range in every case, between n by 2 and n minus 1. So I can say that this is the number of comparisons. Therefore, I can say that the number of comparisons is therefore equal to some C into n. I don't know what is C, depends on the actual array. C into n. See, C into n means C, here C is equal to 1 by 2. If it is the best case, C is equal to 1 by 2. If it's the worst case, then it is equal to C. Cn equal to n minus 1. So C equal to n minus 1 by n. That is 1 minus 1 by n. That will be C. I can say it is number of comparisons is. That means it's always order of n. Therefore, generally, the time complexity of merging of the merge algorithm is Cn or some C in 2 1 minus 1 by n. അതിനിടയിലായിരിക്കും എനിക്കറിയില്ല അത് എത്രയും. Using this fact, hence, the time complexity of the two-way merge algorithm is given by Tn. What is Tn? Tn equal to Tn by 2 for first part plus Tn by 2 for the second part. And I don't know what is the exact value of Cn, but however it is Cn for some C for merging. Of course, what is the value of T1? That is time complexity of merging or time complexity of two-way merge sort algorithm with one element if the array has only one element. Please tell me what is the value. Time complexity or the number of comparisons required of the merge sort for the two-way merge sort algorithm if your array has only one element, that is T1. It is actually 0 because in case where n equal to 1, if you look into the algorithm, if low less than high, then only all these things will be performed in your two-way merge sort algorithm. If n is equal to 1, then low equal to high. If low equal to high, then nothing will be done by the algorithm. No comparisons are required. Nothing is to be done. So Tn equal to 0 there. In examination, in one of your see, in the series examination, one among you are asked whether time complexity value can be 0. This is a typical case where nothing is to be done. So T1 can be equal to 0. T1 can be equal to 0. Now, therefore, Tn equal to 2Tn by 2 plus Cn if n is greater than 1 and 0 if n equal to. Now you can solve this using recurrence tree method or recursion or what is iterative method or using your master's theorem because it is of the form AT n by b plus fn. You are using master's theorem. I use only that. We solve this recurrence equation. Here A is equal to 2 and B equal to 2. Fn equal to Cn. Now what I have to do is I have to find log A to the base B. That is log to the base 2 that is equal to 1. Now what I have to do is I have to check whether case 1 of the result is applicable, case 2 or case 3. Case 1 means, see, Cn. Check whether Cn is equal to big of n power log a to the base b, that is n power 1 minus some epsilon, like n power 0.99, n power 0.98. That is not happening because Cn does not have any upper bound like n power 0.99, n power 0.98. ഇതൊന്നും ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. Because Cn will be having an upper bound like n power 1.1, n power 1 point. So for any epsilon, Cn not equal to n power 1 minus epsilon for any epsilon greater than 0. That implies case 1 does not apply. Now case 2 is check whether Cn Fn equal to theta of n power log a to the base b. N power log a to the base b is 1. Now this is right because Cn is having the similar growth rate. Tight bound is theta n. If you take limit n tends to infinity Cn by n, you will get C, and C is a number between 2 and 1 minus 1 by n. That is not equal to 0 and that is not equal to infinity. So by this is right. So hence case 2 is applicable. Case 2 applies. Therefore our Tn is nothing but, it says that it is equal to theta of n power, see, theta is equal to n power log a to the base b, that is n power 1 into log n. That's equal to theta n log n. The same result you will get in another way also. I'll solve it using iterative method. Say like, because you have t method 2, that is a liter. Tn equal to 2Tn by 2 plus Cn. Now that's equal to 2 into, I replaced n by n by 2, so I'll get 2Tn by 4 plus Cn by 2 plus Cn. That's equal to 4Tn by 4. 4Tn by 4 plus 2 into Cn by 2. 2 and 2 get cancelled. So Cn plus Cn, that is 2Cn. That's equal to 2 power 2 T n by 2 power 2 plus 2Cn. Now this is equal to 2 power 1 Tn by 2 power 1 plus 1 into Cn. If you write it once more, you will get, take this 4Tn by 4. 4 into, again Tn by 4 can be written as 2Tn by 8 plus Tn by 4. Replace n by n by 4. So Tn by 4 equal to C into n by 4 you will get. So that plus the remaining part, that is 2Cn. That's equal to 8Tn by 8. That is 2 cube Tn by 2 cube plus 4 into Cn by 4. That is Cn plus 2Cn. That is 3Cn. Now if you continue like this, what you will get is 2 power k T n by 2 power k plus kCn. Now let us apply the termination condition. When n by 2 power k equal to 1, Tn equal to T1 equal to n by 2 power k, Tn by 2 equal to 1, Tn equal to 2 power k into Tn by 2 power k. We assume that n by 2 power k is 1. So this is 2 1 T1 plus Kcn. Now 2 power k into T1 is 0. So this is equal to Kcn actually, because T1 is 0. Now k is what? N by 2 power k is 1. So k is logarithm of n to the base 2. So Lgn into c into n. Now this Lgn can be converted into, see, I already told this can be converted into any logarithm, because Lgn, what is Lgn? It is can be converted into logarithm of, so I can convert it into to the base 2 base 10, or logarithm of n to the base 10 divided by logarithm of 2 to the base 10. This is actually a constant number. 1 by that is again another constant number. So if I replace this, I can replace by some constant, some other constant into logarithm of n. So one constant into another constant, that's still another constant. So it is of the form d into log n. So this c into, actually what is this d? D is actually this c into 1 by logarithm of 2 to the base. So this is of the order of big O of, or theta of log n into n. This n is also n log. Or if you want, you can write n Lgn also. No issue. As the time complexity is n log n. This algorithm has a specialty. There is a proof that you don't have to study that. That's called a lower bound theory, which says that any comparison based sorting algorithm, please recall this, is very difficult to understand this statement. Any comparison based sorting algorithm, then you may think that is there any other sorting method which does not use comparison? Yes, there are such algorithms which do not have any comparison, but they can sort actually. If you want, I will show you one such algorithm. Okay, any comparison based sorting algorithm that sorts an array of n elements must take at least n log n comparisons in the worst case. So you have a sorting algorithm, you have an array, assume that that is the worst case of that sorting. In that case, that sort, that sort, not only that sort, every comparison based sort algorithm must perform n log n comparisons. So this is one such method, because in every case, because it's time complexity of order of n log n, order of n log n. I will show you another example. So this is the best sorting algorithm with respect to the time complexity. Why I am telling it is best is, see, assume a case where you will be having two teachers. Okay, two teachers, where one teacher is, say, there is a result is that any teacher who is teaching merge sort, any teacher who is teaching merge sort must take at least 30 minutes for the worst students. That means for the, I'm not using the word worst, please don't say sorry, that word is not used. Not the worst student, but means for the, what I will say, I don't know which is a word that is correct, because if I use any word, then you may feel that it is an insult. So whatever thing is that, so the thing is very clear to you. That means for the students who are not that much capable of understanding or the things, in the worst case of such, so in the worst such case, that means for all supply students, those students who are having maximum number of supplies, we may think that they are not having that much of IQ. In such case, at least 30 minutes is required by every teacher. That is my result. That is proved. Then, if a teacher, if I come for teaching such students, See, I cannot teach with 30 minutes because even in case of you yourself last class, I took more than 1 hour. You are comparatively very good students. You are having good rank. But if I go to a case where there is a student where the class consists of so many students only having more than 30 supplies, 30 or 35 supplies, in that case, the theorem says that a teacher should take at least 30 minutes. Otherwise, she cannot teach it very well, or he cannot teach that very well. Then there is another faculty in our college, and he is assigned to teach that students. And assume that that faculty is able to teach Mersot to them only with 30 minutes. Then what can you infer? Myself or that teacher? Who is the best one? Because I am presenting, see, the college is presenting the worst case for the two teachers, and one teacher will be taking only 30 minutes, and another teacher, say myself, is taking more than 1 hour. And there is a result that any teacher who is teaching worst case students the Mersot algorithm, then he should take at least 30 minutes. And can you tell the effectiveness of the two teachers? If I say that the other faculty is the best faculty, is there anything wrong in it? If I tell that the other faculty is the best, because see, it's already proved that if a worst case class is given to a teacher to teach Mersot algorithm, he should take at least, that means he take 30 or 31. He cannot reduce it below 30. That means 29 means if you take 29 minutes, then I am sure that that students have some problem. They will not have the correct idea of Mersot. അതാണ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്. ഒരിക്കലും ഒരുത്തനും 30 മിനിറ്റ് കുറച്ച് പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല എന്ന് പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് വേഴ്സ്റ്റ് കേസിൽ. അത്രയും ഒരു എന്താ പറഞ്ഞ യാതൊരു തരത്തിലും ഒരു പരിചയമില്ലാത്ത കുട്ടികളെ, ഒരു തരത്തിലും ഇതുമായിട്ടൊരു ബന്ധമില്ലാത്ത ആൾക്കാരെ ഒരിക്കലും ഒരുത്തനും 30 മിനിറ്റ് കുറച്ച് എടുത്ത് പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കെ ഒരാൾ കൃത്യം 30 മിനിറ്റ് കൊണ്ട് അത് കൃത്യമായി പഠിപ്പിച്ചു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ മീനിങ് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ്? Don't you have any idea? I'm claiming that that faculty is the best faculty. There may be other faculty who is also having 30 minutes, but no one can teach it better than that faculty because he is taking only 30 minutes, and that is the least or the lower bound. He cannot reduce that. Is my claim right or wrong? Please, if it is clear, then please, because this is something very important. Please, the only person who is responding is Rishikesh. What about the others? Because this is actually beyond. See, actually you have to study, but the results actually are not available in your syllabi. What about the others? Only 3. So those who are clear, please give a message. Okay. Then therefore, the Mersot is a best algorithm for sorting, but only with respect to time complexity. The difficulty is arising when it has that space complexity. If you want to have a sorting of 100 elements, you need to have an array of 10 elements, 100 elements extra. So the space complexity is not good in case of Mersot. So please recall, this is what is the conclusion of two-way Mersot. And there is one more fact to be studied in case of a sorting algorithm, which is called the stability of a sorting algorithm. That I will tell you later. Stability, then I will tell you later most probably at the end of this at the end of this module, I will tell you. But or at least the end of this course, so you have to study so many things about the sorting algorithm, whether it is stable sorting, whether it is in place sorting, whether it is what is the time complexity, what is the space complexity, everything. Space complexity is very bad in the case of that. So that's all about our class today's. And next we are having. So I think everyone is now having a clear picture of how that is analyzed, how the sorting is analyzed. And by this example, you are getting that recurrence equations are very, very important as far as the complexity of divide and conquer type of algorithms are concerned. And that's the reason why we have studied these equations, their solution strategies, all those in module 1. Okay. If you have any doubt, please ask. Okay, then today Tom is taking this design class for you, and the time that is at 5 o'clock. Please tell me. Actually, we don't have that much of time to wait. Sometimes you will be having so many doubts. He's also busy with his project. It is at the end. That project is at the wind up stage. We have got almost all results which we had planned to get. And please tell me how many of you are actually there. Those who are actually part. Otherwise, we don't have the time to wait for others to come. So please tell me how many of you are coming. Those who are coming, please give a chat message. I'll inform him so that Rishi is 34. Then anyone else? Navina, your number. Navina, please give the number also. Navina, Vaishnav, Navya, Ashwadi, Sandra, Shilpa, Donna, Ashwadi, Sanandu, Yatna, Mafia, Jasmine, Shamil, Jimli, Ishaq, Milan. So I'll take down all these numbers and okay, we'll only wait for these people, and please try to come at exactly 5 o'clock, and we'll give you the link. I don't say most probably this will not be the link because it is the class link for our theory classes. ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടെ, ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ ഏതെങ്കിലും സെമസ്റ്ററിൽ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, ദിസ് വിൽ ബി ദ ഓൺലി ലിങ്ക്. എല്ലാ ദിവസവും ലിങ്ക് മാറ്റിയിട്ട് ഭ്രാന്താക്കാനൊന്നും എനിക്ക് വയ്യ. ഒരു ലിങ്ക് ഉണ്ട്, അത് മതി. എന്നൊന്നും ഈ ലിങ്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കേണ്ട കാര്യമൊന്നും. സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് ദ ലിങ്ക്. ഇനി വേറൊരു S7 പഠിപ്പിച്ചാലും SIT പഠിപ്പിച്ചാലും എല്ലാം ഈ ലിങ്ക് മാത്രമേ ഉണ്ടാവൂ. മിനി പ്രോജക്റ്റിന് മാത്രം. അത് മിനി പ്രോജക്റ്റ് പ്രസൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ മറ്റേ ടീച്ചറിനെ കൂടെ വിളിക്കണം. അവരെ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ തിയറി ഓഫ് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സിനകത്ത് ചെയ്താലേ ഈ ലിങ്ക് കൊണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഇത് ഞാൻ എടുത്ത തിയറി ക്ലാസ്സിൻ്റെ അതിനകത്ത് മറ്റൊരു ഫാക്കൽറ്റിയെ കൊണ്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്യേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അതിന് മാത്രം വേറൊരു പേജും വേറൊരു ലിങ്കും ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനും ഇതേ ഉപയോഗിക്കുള്ളായിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ച കാര്യങ്ങൾ, ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ച അസൈൻമെൻറ്റ്, മറ്റു കാര്യങ്ങളും ഞാനിട്ട പോസ്റ്റുകളും ഒക്കെ ഫാക്കൽറ്റി എന്ന നിലയിൽ ഞാൻ മാത്രം വായിച്ചാൽ മതി. അതിന് വേറൊരാളെ കൊണ്ടുവരേണ്ട ആഡ് ചെയ്യേണ്ട കാര്യം. അതിനാണ് മിനി പ്രോജക്റ്റിന് മാത്രമായിട്ട് ഒരെണ്ണം ക്രിയേറ്റ്. ഇനി മേജർ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് എടുക്കുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പക്ഷേ ചിലപ്പോൾ അതിനും വേറെ എണ്ണം ഉണ്ടാക്കുമായിരിക്കും. അതിന് ഇവർ തന്നെയാണ് കൂടെയെങ്കിൽ ഇത് തന്നെയായിരിക്കും പേജ്. അല്ലാതെ ദിവസം പേജ് മാറ്റാനൊന്നും വയ്ക്കും. സോ അതിൽ അനൗൺസ് തെളിങ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒന്നുകിൽ ദീപക്കിനോ അല്ലെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ക്ലാസ്സിൻ്റെ ഇമെയിലിലേക്ക് അയച്ചേക്കാം. അതിൽ കയറുക. ഹീസ് പ്ലാനിങ് ടു ടേക്ക് 4 ഡയഗ്രംസ്. ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നോ വാട്ട് ദേ ആർ ആക്ച്വലി. എനിക്ക് വലിയ പിടിയില്ല. ഞാൻ ചിലപ്പോൾ കയറുമായിരിക്കും. കാരണം അതൊന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കണമെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചിട്ട് ഇതുവരെ എനിക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ല, മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുമില്ല, കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാനും അറിയത്തില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് പഠിക്കാൻ നോക്കിയിട്ട് ഒരു നിർവാഹവും ഇല്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ചിലപ്പോൾ സമയം കിട്ടുകയാണെങ്കിൽ കയറാം എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ശരി.